But that's not the only team. This one's interesting. Sacramento State is joining the FBS as well as North Dakota State, but this is a different conference. They will be joining the MAC. Now, if you followed college football for quite a long time, maybe you are someone that enjoys putting a $10 here or there, or a unit, or some what they like to say, some coin. You know exactly what I'm talking about when I say some action football. It's the midweek football for the people that can't wait till Saturdays. They turn on their television and they know they're going to get some action football. We're talking about the Miami of Ohio of the world. We're talking about some of the most disgusting football that you can watch, yet it's almost beautiful and poetic at the same time. I love me some action football any day of the week. And now you're adding a team that I have been following for quite a long time. I don't say that lightly. I have been following some Sacramento State football double more than anybody else probably watching this right now. There's a video on my own personal YouTube page, TGR Football, talking about Brennan Marion in the Go-Go offense, and then talking about Brennan Marion in Sacramento State. Now, obviously, he's at Colorado, so it's not as applicable as it used to be, but I have done my research and my due diligence with Sacramento State, and it's truly playing Dynasty in College Football 26 in real life. They are doing the equivalent of what we see Texas Tech doing at the Group of Five, well, even granular at the time, the Division II level. $40 million invested into this program. If you remember, maybe you don't because you don't follow college football during the offseason, this is a program that was able to get, I believe it was Ryder Lyons, who was the 5-star quarterback that went to BYU, to just visit Sacramento State, which is one of those things where you and I both know that he's not going to go there. This is not a situation where you can just go point at Travis Hunter going to Jacksonville State or Jackson State. That's not going to happen. Like those things are such anomalies. So why did they bring in a 5-star? Because they could, absolutely, but also to get visibility into their program, to get eyes on it, to ask questions as recruits begin to look and to their left and right and say, what's Sacramento State doing? Why is Ryder going and visiting there? Why is this 4-star that's committed to Ole Miss going and visiting there? Why did they go hire Brennan Marion? Who's going to go want to play for Sacramento State? They want visibility onto the program, but the one sticking point that had been holding them back in all these conversations, because they don't have the winning pedigree of a North Dakota State. We just talked about it. North Dakota State, it was a seamless fit. It made too much sense for them to go to the FBS. They have more than earned the right to jump up another level. They have gone through the trials and tribulations of over a decade of winning football at Division II. We had more than waited our fair share for them to finally join. Sacramento State is the new kid on the block. They got the money. They are going to buy their way to get into any conference that would allow for them. And they are. $25 million is being spent so that they can join the MAC. And the MAC wasn't the first choice. The MAC was definitely the choice as you get late at the bar, maybe airballed a shot or two, but you always had a backup plan, and you get to 2 a.m., you text that one person. The MAC was that person, for better and for worse. And in my opinion, it's for better because this is so good for college football. I don't think it's going to be in terms of success for Sacramento State. I don't think you're going to get that instant impact of winning like a North Dakota State, because we're comparing apples to oranges here. We're talking about a program that's trying to buy themselves wins, buy themselves some visibility into their school and their program. North Dakota State, people have to damn near beg them to join the FBS because they were winning so much football. And frankly, boosters were feeling bored because they felt like they knew the result of every single season and they needed to elevate their talent level. Sacramento State has just been wanting eyes and to actually start to build up this program for the $40 million that's been invested into their athletics. It's important to note for both of these cases that it's just football, but the best part about this, we don't have to wait for it. It's going to happen in 2026, which is very much exciting. Do we need to have the conversation around why are some of the schools in the MAC now accepting a school in California? Frankly, I don't want the conversation because let's just go look at the ACC. I say this once, I'll say it again. The Atlantic Coastal Conference has teams like Cal and Stanford. What are we doing? What are we doing? So if you want to have the conversation about why is Sacramento State University in a school with the MAC and all the schools that are within it, we could do that song and dance. But frankly, I think it's a moot point because of how broken college football is at this given juncture. I would be a lot more excited if Brendan Marion was still here. But in terms of instant expectations, we talked about how North Dakota State, I think, within 5 years, you will see a college football playoff run from this program. Sacramento State, it's going to struggle a little bit. They are changing the coach once again. The talent is getting in there. I mean, let's not forget they had Jaden Rashada in the building just last season. Now he's at Mississippi State. They can bring in talent, but the continuity and the consistency is what's going to make or break this. And that's what concerns me. North Dakota State had a winning pedigree, a program that could change the coaching and still win football games. They have an identity. You know exactly what you're going to get. If I wiped the colors, the logo, you knew exactly what a North Dakota State football Bison football team looks. You don't know that with Sacramento State, and they're making a big risk, a financial risk, by making the jump. But frankly, what else are they supposed to do with the amount of money and expectations that these donors are wanting to get this school on the map? I love it because I'm so interested to see what happens. We will be following this, but I got to hear from you. If you have any reaction to this, and if you don't know about Sacramento State, go check out my page, TGR Football. I got 2 great videos. Well, actually, 1 applicable video on what they were doing just a year prior. I think it's still very much relevant because I talked about the school overall, and I think it's very interesting and one of the most slept on stories in all of college football.